Dear students, we are familiar about basic properties and special type of functions from the previous sessions. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss various important applications of functions. Right. Now, see the various applications one by one. The first one is algebraic functions. Right. What is meant by algebraic function? First, see the example and then go to the definition. First, see the example. The example is x cube plus x square minus square root of x square minus 1 plus 5. This is one example for algebraic function. Now, the second example of algebraic function, that is x plus 5 divided by cube root of x cube minus 1 cube root of x cube minus 1 plus x minus 7. This is another example of an algebraic function. Right. Now go to the definition. A function f is said to be an algebraic function if it arises due to or if it forms a finite number of fundamental operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and root extraction on polynomial functions. Right, this is an algebraic function. Suppose a function is not an algebraic. The function is not an algebraic. That functions are known as transcendental functions. That functions are known as transcendental functions. See that one. Transcendental function. A function which is not algebraic are called transcendental functions. These functions contains exponential functions, logarithmic functions, trigonometric functions, inverse trigonometric functions. Now see the example of transcendental function. X plus sine inverse x, that is one example. Now one more example, that is e power x into sine x. These are the two examples of transcendental function. Right. Now see this, when we say that the two functions are said to be equal. The condition for the two functions are equal. See what are the conditions. We are already familiar about two sets are equal. Can you explain when we say that the two sets are equal? The elements of each sets are same, then the two sets are equal. Here now equality of two functions. Right. The domain of f is equal to the domain of g, and the image of each element, in the domain with respect to f and g are same. That is f of x equal to g of x. Now satisfying these two conditions, then f is equal to g. Now see two examples. First one is if f of x equal to log x square and g of x is equal to 2 log x, then f not equal to g. Why f not equal to g? Right. See the first condition, the domain of f. The domain of f that is equal to r minus singleton set 0. The domain of f is r minus singleton set 0. The domain of g is equal to set of all positive real numbers. So the domain of f not equal to domain of g, so that f not equal to g. Now see second example. If f of x is equal to root x square and g of x is equal to mod x, right? In this case, the domain of f and the domain of g is same, that is set of all real numbers, and also the image of each element in the domain with respect to f and g are same, so that in this case f is equal to g, right? Now algebra of real valued functions. Right, here see the three terms: real variable function, real valued function, real function. When we say that a function is real variable, real valued, real function, right? If A is a subset of R, the domain is a subset of R. In this case, f is called a real variable function. Now, if B is a subset of R, the codomain is a subset of R. In this case, then f is called a real valued function. Now, in third case, both domain and codomain are subsets of R. In this case, f is called a real function, right? This is a real variable, domain is subset of R. If codomain is subset of R, then it is called real valued. Both the domain and the codomain are subset of R. In this case, f is said to be a real function. Now, properties of real valued function, right? If the function f defined on domain A and the function g defined on domain B, both are real valued functions, and f and g are defined on, both f and g are defined on A intersection B. If f defined on A, g defined on B, f and g are defined on A intersection B when A intersection B is non-empty. Right, let f mapping from A to R and g mapping from B to R, then f plus or minus g of x. F plus or minus g of x is equal to f of x plus or minus g of x for all x belong to A intersection B. Now fg of x, that is equal to f of x into g of x for all x belong to A intersection B. Now see more operations on these functions. F by g of x is equal to f of x by g of x. In this particularly provided g of x not equal to 0. G of x not equal to 0 and x belong to A intersection B. Right. Now, what is k plus f of x? K plus f of x, where k is any real number, k plus f of x is equal to k plus f of x, k plus f of x. This is not equal to kx plus f of x, right? Where k is any real number, Now, kf of x can be defined as, that is equal to k times f of x, This is not equal to k of x into f of x, right? Now, f power n of x can be defined as f of x whole power n, where n belong to z, Now, root f of x can be defined as, that is equal to square root of f of x, provided f of x greater than or equal to 0, f of x greater than or equal to 0, and mod f of x, that is equal to modulus of f of x, These are the properties of real valued functions. Now, see this problem. If f is equal to set of all ordered pairs 4, 5, 5, 6 and 6, minus 4, G is also set of all ordered pairs 4, minus 4, 6, 5, 8, 5, right? Then find first one, f plus g, f minus e, 2f plus 4g, right? How to find the first one? First, what is the domain of f? First one, what is domain of f? Domain of f, let it be capital A, that is equal to set of all elements. The first components of ordered pairs are called domain elements. The first component elements are the domain elements. Here, the first component elements in F are 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Now, domain of G, that is equal to B, let it be B, set of all elements. Domain of G, the first components of ordered pairs are domain elements. They are 4, 6, 8, 4, 6, 8. Now, A intersection B, that is equal to set of all 4, 6, that is A intersection B. For finding f plus g, f minus g, fg, we use the domain A intersection B, right? Now the first one, f plus g. F plus g is equal to f plus g, that is equal to set of all ordered pairs. The domain is A intersection B. A intersection B means 4 comma 6. F plus g is equal to, here this is an ordered pair 4 comma 5. This is 4 comma minus 4. Right? The first component is not changed by using any operation. The first component cannot be changed by using any operation, since the first components are the domain elements. So 4 comma, here f plus g. Now adding second component of this ordered pair, 5 plus minus 4, that is 1, 4 comma 1. Now here 5 comma 6, but 5 is not present in G. Right? Now 6 comma minus 4, 6 comma 5. Now adding these two ordered pairs, right? The first component cannot be changed, that is 6. Now adding the second components, minus 4 plus 5, that is equal to 1. This is f plus g. Similarly, we can find f minus g. Now 2f plus 4g. 2f plus 4g. 2f plus 4g, that is equal to 2f. 2f means set of all ordered pairs 4 comma 10. 2f means multiply f with 2, multiply 2 by second components only. Multiply 2 by second components of ordered pairs, 4 comma 10, 5 comma 12, 5 comma 12, and 6 comma minus 8, 6 comma minus 8, that is 2f plus 4g. 4g, set of all ordered pairs. 4g also 4 multiply with second component of ordered pairs, that is set of all ordered pairs, 4 comma minus 16, 6 comma 20, 6 comma 20, and 8 comma 20. Right? This is 4g. Right? Now adding these two, that is equal to, right, here this is 4 comma 10, adding with 4 comma minus 16, because the first component is the same for both ordered pairs, so that set of all ordered pairs 4 comma, here 2f plus 4g, so 10 plus minus 16, that is equal to minus 6. Now 6 comma minus 8, this is this ordered pair is common. Right? The first component cannot be changed. The second components must be added. Minus 8 plus 20, that is equal to 12. That is 2f plus 4g. Right? Now f plus 4. f plus 4 means adding 4 to the second component of ordered pairs of f, that is f plus 4. Now fg, fg that is equal to, here also this is 4 comma 5 and 4 comma minus 4, set of all ordered pairs 4 comma, multiply the second components, 5 into minus 4, minus 20, and 6 comma minus 4 and 6 comma 5. 6 comma minus 20, 6 comma minus 20, right? So this is f into g. Now similarly we can calculate f by g mod f. Now see root f, right? Root f, how to calculate root f? That is equal to set of all ordered pairs, 4 comma root 5. Take square root on second component of every ordered pair in f. Take square root of second component of each ordered pair. 4 comma root 5, 5 comma root 6, 5 comma root 6. Next one is 6 comma root minus 4. Root minus 4 does not exist, so that root f is equal to set of all ordered pairs 4 comma root 5, 5 comma root 6 only. Because root minus 4 not defined, that's why root f is equal to set of all ordered pairs 4 comma root 5 and 5 comma root 6. Right. Extension of a function. Right. Extension of a function means that the domain and the codomain can be extended. Domain extension of a function means we can extend the domain and the codomain of a function. Right. Here let f mapping from a to b be a function. Now extend this domain a to capital X and extend the codomain b to capital Y, right? And a is a subset of X, b is b, f of a is the range, b is the codomain. The range is subset of y, then g mapping from capital X to y satisfying g of x is equal to f of x, satisfying this condition for all x belong to a is called an extension of f from a to capital X. Extension of f from capital A to capital X, right? Extension of a function means we can extend the domain and the codomain of a function, right? Now, what is meant by an odd extension and even extension, right? Even and odd extension of a function. Let f of x be a function defined on capital A. Now we can extend the domain, that is capital X is equal to closed interval minus a comma a. Here the domain can be extended to closed interval minus a comma a, right? Then, right, if f of x becomes an even function, see the definition carefully. If f of x becomes an even function on capital X, then an extension of f of x will be even. Then an extension of f of x will be even. If f of x becomes an odd function on x, if f of x becomes an odd function on x, then the extension of f of x will be odd. Then the extension of f of x will be odd. Therefore, the even extension or odd extension can be depend on the function is even or odd, right? See once again, here f defined on capital A. Now we can extend the domain to capital X, that is closed interval minus a comma a. If f of x becomes an even function, then the extension will be an even extension. Similarly, if f of x becomes an odd function, then the extension will be an odd extension. Right? Now we define even extension and odd extensions like this. If g of x e, this is an even extension, e denotes even extension and o denotes odd extension of f. This is even extension of f, this is odd extension of f, or respectively, then even extension of f, that is g of x, is equal to f of x when x belong to closed interval 0 comma a. If x belong to closed interval minus a comma 0. Even extension means f of x is an even function. In the case of even function, f of x is equal to f of minus x. In even extension of f of x becomes an even function. The definition of even function is f of minus x is equal to f of x, right? So x belong to closed interval minus a comma 0. F of x is same as f of minus x. Now see the odd extension. Odd extension of f is equal to f of x when x belong to closed interval 0 comma a. In odd extension, f becomes an odd function. The definition of an odd function is f of minus x is equal to minus f of x, so that f of x is equal to minus of f of minus x minus of f of minus x when x belongs to closed interval minus a comma 0, right? This is an even extension and this is an odd extension, right? Now see one example. Now the graph, okay, observe that this is a function defined on closed interval 0 to 1. This is a function defined on closed interval 0 comma 1. Now we extend the function on closed interval minus 1 comma 1. Now we extend the function on closed interval minus 1 comma 1. Right? Observe that the graph of this function is symmetric about y-axis. Observe that the graph of this function is symmetric about y-axis, so that f of x is an even function, right? If f of x becomes an even function, then the function, the extended function, will be an even extension. Then the function will be an even extension. This is the graph of an even extension. Graph of an even extension of a function. Even extension of a function. Right? Now observe this one. Here suppose the function is defined on closed interval 0 comma 3. Right? Now this function can be extended to closed interval minus 3 comma 3. This function extended to closed interval minus 3 comma 3. Right? Observe from the graph is symmetric about the origin. The graph is symmetric about the origin, so that f of x becomes an odd function. If f of x becomes an odd function, the extension of f will be an odd extension. F of x will be an odd extension. This is the graph of an odd extension. This is the graph of an odd extension. Okay? Right, these are the graphs of even extension of a function and odd extension of a function. Right. Let f of x is equal to x square plus x plus tan x be defined on closed interval 0, 2. Determine both even and odd extensions of f of x on closed interval -2, 2. Right? This is the function f of x defined on closed interval 0, 2. Now we can define an even extension and odd extension of f. Right? The definition of an even extension, this is an even extension of f, that is equal to f of x if x belong to closed interval 0, 2. This is f of x if x belong to closed interval 0, 2. If x belong to closed interval -2, 0, if x belong to closed interval -2, 0, f of minus x. Right, now odd extension of f can be defined like this, that is equal to f of x if x belong to closed interval 0, 2 minus f of minus x if x belong to closed interval -2, 0. Right? This is odd extension and this is an even extension. Right? Now that is equal to f of x. Right? Here f of x is equal to x square plus x plus tan x, x square plus x plus tan x if x belongs to closed interval 0, 2. Right? Now if x belong to closed interval -2, 0, if x belong to closed interval -2, 0, right, f of minus x is x square minus x tan of minus x is equal to minus tan x. Right? This is an even extension of f. Now odd extension, that is equal to f of x. F of x means x square plus x plus tan x if x belongs to closed interval 0, 2. If x belong to closed interval -2, 0 minus f of minus x. Here this is f of minus x. Minus f of minus x. Multiply this with minus sign, we get minus x square plus x plus tan x. Right, this is an odd extension of a given function. Right, this is the way to define an even extension and odd extension of a given function. Right, now see one problem. F mapping from closed interval 0, 3 to closed interval 0, 3 is defined by f of x is equal to, f of x can be defined as a piecewise function if x lie between 0 and 2, then f of x is equal to 1 plus x. If x lie between 2 and 3, then f of x is equal to 3 minus x. Right, f of x is defined like a piecewise function. Then show that this is a range. This is a range. Range is a subset of codomain. Then show that range is subset of codomain, and also find f circle f, composite function of f circle f. Right. First find the range of this function. Right. If 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. Then 1 plus x lie between. If x lie between 0 and 2, then 1 plus x lie between. Simply adding 1 to the inequality, 1 plus 0 less than or equal to 1 plus x less than or equal to 3. Let it be R1, let it be R1. R1 is equal to closed interval 1, 3. Right. Now 2 less than x less than or equal to 3. 2 less than x less than or equal to 3. In this case, f of x is equal to 3 minus x. So that first we multiply minus sign to this inequality. First we multiply minus sign to this inequality. Right. That implies minus 3 less than or equal to minus x less than minus 2. Right. Multiply minus sign to this inequality, we get the inequality changes, that is minus 3 less than or equal to minus x less than minus 2. Now adding 3 to this inequality, here this is 3 minus x, we want the range of 3 minus x, so add 3 to this inequality, we get, that implies 3 minus 3 0 less than or equal to 3 minus x less than 3 minus 2 1. From this R2 is equal to closed interval 0 comma open interval 1. Right. Now range that is equal to R1 union R2. R1 union R2. Right. R1 union R2, that is equal to closed interval 0 comma 3. Closed interval 0 comma 3. Right. Therefore range is a subset of codomain. Therefore range means f of closed interval 0 comma 3 is a subset of codomain, that is closed interval 0 comma 3. Right. First part is over. Right. Now second part is f circle f. How to find f circle f? This is very much useful in calculus part also for finding continuity and differentiability of f circle f. Write f circle f. How to write f circle f? Right. For finding f circle f, we can divide the domain, right. Now we can divide the domain, equating these two functions. Dividing the domain of f circle f, equating these two functions. 1 plus x is equal to 3 minus x, equating the functions 1 plus x is equal to 3 minus x, that implies 2x is equal to 2, that implies x is equal to 1. Right? F of x can be defined like this, 0 to 2 and 2 to 3. But for finding f circle f, the domain can be divided like this. Okay, here the domain is 0, 3. Suppose the domain is 0, 3. For defining f of x, 0 to 2 and 2 to 3. 0 to 2 and 2 to 3. Now, for finding f circle f, the domain can also be divided 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Right. Now, 0 less than or equal to x less than 1. 0 less than or equal to x less than 1. Right, in this domain f circle f is, right, f circle f of x is equal to f of x, right. What is f of x in this domain? F of x, that is equal to f of x, that is 1 plus x, right. Here x lie between 0 to 1, 1 plus x also lie between 1 and 2, 1 plus x lie between 1 and 2. 1 and 2 means this is the function 1 plus x, right. Here x lie between 0 and 1. F of x is equal to 1 plus x. 1 plus x also lie between 1 plus x, 1 less than or equal to 1 plus x less than 2. Right? So 1 plus x is less than 2. Then its image is 1 plus x, that is equal to 1 plus x, that is equal to 2 plus x. Right? Now, if x lie between 1 and 2, 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. In this interval, f circle f of x is equal to f of x, that is equal to f of x. In this interval, f of x is 1 plus x, right. Here x lie between 1 and 2, x lie between 1 and 2, then 1 plus x lie between 2 and 3. 1 plus x lie between 2 and 3, right. So 2 and 3, the image of this function is 3 minus x. This is equal to 3 minus of 1 plus x. 3 minus of 1 plus x. That is equal to 2 minus x. That is equal to 2 minus x. Right, now x lie between 2 and 3. X lie between 2 and 3. X lie between 2 and 3. In this case, f circle f of x is equal to f of x, that is equal to f of, right, x lie between 2 to 3. Its image is 3 minus x, f of 3 minus x, right? X lie between 2 to 3, then 3 minus x lie between, right? X lie between 2 to 3. Now multiplying this with a minus sign, that is minus 3 less than or equal to minus x less than minus 2. Now adding 3 to this, 0 less than or equal to 3 minus x less than 1, right? X lie between 2 and 3, then 3 minus x lie between 0 to 1. In 0 to 1, the image of this function is 1 plus x, that is equal to 1 plus 3 minus x, that is equal to 4 minus x. Right, this is f circle f. F circle f can be defined piecewisely. F of x is equal to, f circle f of x is equal to 2 plus x if x lie between 0 and 1. If x lie between 1 and 2, f circle f of x is equal to 2 minus x. If x lie between 2 and 3, f circle f of x is equal to 4 minus x. Right, this is f circle f. Right, now functional equations. If f of x is equal to ax plus b by cx minus a, this is a function and satisfying these equations, so that it is called a functional equation, right? If f of x is of the form ax plus b by cx minus a, observe that here the coefficient of x is a, the constant term is minus a, right? If f of x is of the form, then f circle f of x is equal to x. Not only this, if f occurs even number of times, if f occurs even number of times, then f circle f circle f circle f of x is also equal to x. And if f occurs odd number of times, if f occurs odd number of times, then its composite function is equal to f of x. Now the second equation, f of x is equal to log x, is a logarithmic function and it satisfies an equation, that is f of xy is equal to f of x plus f of y. Because of the property of logarithm, log xy is equal to log x plus log y, right? Now exponential function. Exponential function means f of x is equal to x power x. This is a exponential function and this function satisfies an equation f of x plus y is equal to f of x into f of y. Because of the property f of x plus y is equal to a power x plus y. A power x plus y can be written as a power x into a power y, so that this function satisfies this equation, right? Now here f of x is equal to mx. F of x equal to mx, this is geometrically y is equal to mx. Y is equal to mx is a straight line passing through origin and having slope m. This is y is equal to mx and this straight line satisfying the equation f of x plus y is equal to f of x plus f of y. Right? Next, f of x is equal to mx plus c. Now, this is also a straight line having slope m and c is y-intercept of that straight line. This is y is equal to mx plus c is a function here, and it satisfies an equation f of x plus y by 2. f of x plus y by 2 is equal to f of x plus f of y by 2. Right? Now see another functional equations. Right? If f of x is of the form plus or minus x power n plus 1 plus or minus x power n plus 1, this is a function satisfying the equation f of x plus f of 1 by x is equal to f of x into f of 1 by x. This is an equation satisfying this function. Right? Now, f of x is equal to a power x divided by a power x plus root a. This function satisfying an equation f of x plus f of 1 minus x is equal to 1. Now, f of x is of the form a power x plus a power minus x divided by 2. Then it satisfies an equation f of x plus y plus f of x minus y is equal to 2 times f of x into f of y. These are the some standard functional equations. Right? Now, domain conditions. For finding domain of a function, we must follow these conditions. Right? 1 by f of x. 1 by f of x is defined if and only if f of x not equal to 0. Right? G of x not equal to 0. If g of x not equal to 0, then f of x by g of x is defined. Now, if f of x greater than or equal to 0, f of x greater than or equal to 0, root f of x is defined. If f of x greater than 0, if f of x greater than 0, then 1 by root f of x is defined. Follow these conditions, we get the domain of a function. Right? If f of x greater than 0, f of x greater than 0, log f of x base a is defined. Here a is also greater than 0 and not equal to 1. Now, f of x greater than 0, f of x greater than 0 and f of x not equal to 1, then log a to the base f of x is defined. Here also a is greater than 0. Now, f of x greater than 0 and g of x not equal to 1, g of x greater than 0. In this case, log f of x base g of x is defined. Right? If x greater than 1 and a greater than 1, x greater than 1, a greater than 1, log x base a greater than 0. If x lie between 0 to 1 and a lie between 0 to 1. In this case also log x base a greater than 0. Now if x greater than 1 and a lie between 0 to 1, x greater than 1 and a lie between 0 to 1, log x base a is less than 0, or x lie between 0 to 1 and a greater than 1, then log x base a less than 0. These two are the very important conditions for finding the domain of a function. Thank you.